Okay, we're going to draw a tree. This time it's going to have foliage on. So we've drawn a winter tree, we've drawn a fir tree. I'm going to have a go at this tree. Now, what I'm going to do is, I can't imagine where my tree is. That's going to be a base around there. And I'm going to draw my tree down there. Now this line I've drawn quite fast. The next line I'm going to draw slow, so I'm going to draw it like a Y coming in. Now as I go down, that trunk has to get wider. So see the width there at the bottom, wider, and it gets slightly thinner. Now obviously it goes out wide there because that's where the branches are going to split. So that's going to be a split. It's going to be a split. I'm going to split again there. Got that. Could have another one there. Could have another one. Now I'm not going to draw the branches in like I did when I drew the tree without any leaves. What I'm going to do is notice how I lightly touch the paper. So there's a line and then there's a gap line, because what I'm doing is marking out where my foliage is going to go. Now that's roughly going to be my tree. There's going to be bits of foliage there, so there could be a little branch where that goes off. Branch there. I'm not happy how that gets wider. Get that smaller. Anyway, I can hide that anyway. I do with some leaves in a second. There. I'm going to show a little gap in the branch. There's going to be a little split in the branch. So what I'm going to do, some of these are going to be cut off by foliage. Now, there's a lot of watching me draw on this one, and I would, if you watch the video and get the gist of it, that's what I really want, because what I want you to do is go away and try it yourself. So I'm going to have some shadow cast here. There's going to be lots of shadow there because you're looking into the tree there, so they're going to be quite dark. The trunk's going to be a little bit more exposed, and get some bark going down there. I love putting those little stumps in. It's where the branch has been cut off and the bark has grown over. It's always nice to put a little. It won't give up, it keeps growing. And there's going to be some grasses here. They're growing at the base of the tree. And they show up because the trees cast a shadow. So it's casting a shadow on the grass and stuff under the tree. Now that's going to be my base. Notice I've done a little bit thicker there because it gives it the tree a little bit of weight and makes it look like it's sat on into the ground. I mean, there could be a branch coming across, a bit of a root. Right, a bit of a root. You show off. Put some bits of shadow in there. Make that a lot white. Plant the tree into the ground. Now, hold up. I like putting those little stumps in. Get another one. Go in there. So I'm going to shade now into the tree, and here comes the foliage. Now you get a little technique going. Sometimes you feel, well, you can go like that, and all of your tree can be just, horizontal lines, or you could do this, go in little circles. Going to be a bit of time doing this, so however you want to do it, it's up to you. Now when you go up to the edge there, I'm going to leave that little line, so I'm going to go back to the original one that I had. So there you can see I've gone backwards and forwards. Now where I've gone in some darker areas, I've actually put some correction fluid on. So this is handy to do to make things come back out again. So the light is going to hit the tree in different places. You can see the light's hitting the tree around here, and all those branches are highlighted. Now on the bits, just check that those are dry. Don't want to draw into wet correction fluid with a nice pen, you'll ruin the nib of your pen. So once that's dry, you can then, if you get these splodgy blunt ends on your Tipex, you can there we go, I undid it. You can then work into those, and that's how you're going to get some of the branches coming out at you. Of course, your tree can just change, but you can just have it in the old shape if you like. So if you want to make it bigger, it's up to you. If you're thinking, I've got more time on this tree, hard to make it smaller. Oh, you can change the shape of your tree because this is your tree. And however, no two trees are the same, really. They're all going to look slightly different, and yours is going to look different from mine and everybody else's. So, and you're going to work up your own little technique. You might get the backwards and forwards, but you might, get little clumps going there. And that's how you're going to get your tree. And what I'm going to do then is put that tree in a landscape. Now, in the next landscape, I'm going to use a slightly different technique, which would be interesting to try out different things.